So you got to feel pretty good about where the defense is at this point of the year after a couple weeks, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Just like you said, we pitched a shutout week 2 against the Colts. We came back and played a pretty good game, well, a really good game against the Chargers, a really highly ranked team in the league right now this past Sunday. So it was pretty cool to see, pretty cool to be a part of, man, pretty cool to do. And, we're just looking to climb that ladder and continue to set that bar, that standard bar higher every week.
How does Jalen Hurts make your job more difficult?
Anytime a quarterback is a dual threat quarterback to where, okay, now I don't have to, not only have to worry about, deep passing routes or intermediate passing routes, not have to worry about the quarterback being a factor now, meaning he may get out of the pocket, plays might get into that 6-second range, that 7-second range to where now I may have to plaster to someone in my zone or to whoever that I'm covering. So any dual threat quarterback really creates a problem for any coverage in the deep end. But that's why we got practice, man. We put different guys back there to give us different type of looks, man. So we make sure we're really prepared coming to a game with a guy like this.
Who's playing Jalen Hurts this week in practice?
We got a pretty few. Like we got a few scout team receivers doing it. They're rotating back there, just giving us different looks, just giving us some speed at the quarterback position. Yeah, man, we just running around trying to simulate what he'll be trying to do in the game to us.
So when you have that running quarterback back there, like let's say the red zone, he's a guy who takes a lot of them in himself. How does that change your read as a safety? Because now you're kind of trying to play your receiver at the same time as you kind of got to be peeking in the backfield to see where he's going.
Right. So now, just like you say, man, we got to get our safeties involved. Those are extra guys in the defense. Those are guys who can really be factors in, especially the red zone, because it turns into 11-on-11 football down there with the quarterback in his hand, with the ball in the quarterback's hand. So now he can, he has more designed QB runs and things like that. So bringing that safety, wherever that safety may be, just bringing him and putting him maybe a little closer to the box will help that a little bit.
What sort of environment is it up there in Philly?
I've never played in Philly before, so this will be my first. Out of 6 years, this is my first time playing in Philly. I played the Eagles once, I want to say in 2019 when they won the Super Bowl, actually.
Okay.
So we played them up there in LA when I was out there, but I've never been to Philly. I heard it's a crazy hostile environment. I'm ready to see, what it'll look like. I'm ready to see what it'll feel like. I'm ready to see how this team responds to being in my opinion, the first hostile environment we will enter this season. We're pretty good. They're pretty good. So I want to see how that looks.
What can you kind of learn from a team when you go into that sort of environment? Mm-hmm. I mean, what can you learn about a young roster like this one when you do that?
Man, you can learn, what your team is made of. When you really get into environments or situations to where your team really has to, bow up and get the job done, can your team do that with being in this type of environment? So, like I said, this will be a great test for us, and we're really looking forward to it.
It's got to feel better when you go into a stadium like that and you hear it go ice silent.
Oh yeah, those are the best. Those especially the best moments. When you can go into an environment like that where it's going to be straight up chaos and yelling the entire game, and you can keep them somewhat quiet. That's a good day for you, because that means you're doing some things that people in that stadium don't like to see.
This Eagles offense, one of the top passing offenses in the league right now. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a pretty good test for you guys in the secondary.
Yeah, absolutely. They got 11, 6, 88, 1. They got a lot of weapons, man, just like how we were facing last week. So just like last week, we just have to, win our one-on-one matchups. There'll be a lot of one-on-one matchups over the field just because there's so much talent over the field. You got to spread it out. So just like we say, man, win our one-on-ones, keep playing how we've been playing with that confidence and that swagger.
You think teams around the NFL are starting to give you all the respect that y'all deserve?
Yeah, most certainly. If not now, it's coming. It's still a lot of work to be done, man. We just want to keep working, man, and just keep, putting this thing together.